Do you believe a simple prayer could change someone's entire life? It was a gray, rainy Sunday in a small town just outside Seattle. Stained glass windows painted soft colors onto the wooden pews of a humble church, half filled with locals. Some came to find peace, others out of routine. But none knew that something extraordinary was about to happen. Something that would begin with the purest voice of all, a child's prayer. 6-year-old Lily sat at the end of the fourth pew, her tiny hands clasped, lips trembling slightly as she bowed her head. She wore a hand-me-down blue dress, the hem frayed, the sleeves too long. Her mom, Sarah, sat beside her, young, worn out, yet graceful, with tired eyes and a smile that tried to stay alive for her daughter. "God," Lily whispered softly, just loud enough for someone nearby to hear. "I just want a dad for Mommy. Someone who can make her smile again, like she used to." The prayer drifted into the stillness of the church. Most didn't notice, but one man did. In the back pew, dressed in a tailored suit and trying hard to blend in, sat Jack Donovan, a billionaire tech entrepreneur hiding from the world after a very public divorce. His heart had been hardened by betrayal, his faith in people fractured. He hadn't stepped foot in a church in over 20 years. But something pulled him there that morning. Perhaps curiosity, perhaps loneliness, or perhaps fate. Jack's breath caught when he heard the girl's voice. He turned his gaze slowly, just in time to see Lily wiping a tear with the edge of her sleeve. Sarah pulled her daughter close, kissed her head, and whispered something soothing. But even from the distance, Jack could see the weariness in her eyes. She wasn't just surviving, she was drowning quietly, with a brave face. Jack left the church that morning more shaken than he cared to admit. He told himself it was nothing, just a kid's prayer. But her words followed him. Later that week, Jack found himself outside the tiny bakery on Main Street, where he'd seen Sarah and Lily walk past. He waited, watched, and then finally, with uncertain steps, walked in when he saw Sarah behind the counter. "Coffee and a croissant," he said, trying to sound casual. She looked up and smiled, the kind of smile that's polite, not joyful. Coming right up, her hands moved with practiced grace. But Jack noticed how she winced slightly while lifting the coffee pot. An old injury, maybe, or just exhaustion. "I think I saw you at church," he said. "Oh," she replied, brushing flour from her apron. "Lily and I go every Sunday." There was a brief silence. "Your daughter," Jack said slowly. "She prayed for you." Sarah paused, blinking in surprise. "I didn't mean to eavesdrop," he added quickly. "But it was beautiful and sad." Sarah gave a short, quiet laugh. "She has a big heart, too big for her age." Over the next few weeks, Jack kept returning to the bakery, sometimes just for coffee, sometimes with books for Lily, sometimes with gentle, kind conversation for Sarah. He never pushed, never pried. He simply showed up. One evening, as snow began to fall outside the bakery, Lily tugged on his sleeve. "Jack," she said with wide eyes, "you make Mommy smile now." Jack felt something in his chest crack open. He knelt beside her. "She makes me smile too." A few days before Christmas, The bakery closed early due to a busted heater. Jack offered to help. He owned half the buildings on the block. After all, in less than a day, the heater was fixed, and he installed a brand new espresso machine. A gift, he claimed, to help keep you running through the holidays. But it wasn't the machine that mattered. It was that someone noticed. Someone cared. On Christmas Eve, Sarah and Lily found themselves invited to a quiet dinner at Jack's home. It wasn't a mansion, though he had one. It was a modest house he'd recently bought in the same town. Trying to find his way back to real life, dinner was filled with laughter and warm light. Lily opened a small box and found a music locket. Inside, when she opened it, a gentle melody played. On the inside cover, "To Lily, who reminded me how to pray." Sarah looked at Jack, eyes glistening. "Why are you doing all this?" Jack hesitated, then said quietly, "Because I didn't know I needed you both until I heard that prayer." Months passed. Winter gave way to spring. Jack and Sarah's bond deepened not because of wealth or charity, but because of trust, shared values, and little acts of kindness every day. One Sunday, in the same church, Lily stood up after the service. She reached for Jack's hand and pulled him toward the altar. "Mommy," she grinned, "can Jack be the answer to my prayer now?" The church chuckled, and Jack turned red. But Sarah took Lily's other hand, and then Jack's. She looked at him and whispered, "You already are, and maybe that's all it takes sometimes." One whispered prayer, one person listening, one act of kindness to change a life forever. Can you imagine how Jack felt coming in with a broken heart and walking out with a family? If this story touched your heart, let us know in the comments below. Have you ever seen kindness change someone's life? Or maybe you've been someone's answered prayer. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story with someone who believes in hope. And if you're ready for more real stories that prove love still lives in this world, click on our next video. You won't want to miss it, because sometimes the smallest voices speak the loudest truths.